Hey there, hey friends, Ken here, your Thrifty Apprentice. Happy Wednesday, everyone. In today's video, we are going to be tackling the Grabby October 2025 watercolor calendar. And we are going to be painting a really fun fall landscape. Now, initially, I was going to do like a leaf and some acorns, but I decided to go ahead and push and evolve the image into a complete fall landscape. So let's talk about what I'm painting on today. Now, I am painting on Bohong 100% cotton rough press paper because I feel like a rough press paper really lends to making landscapes look really nice. And if you never tried it, I definitely suggest that you give it a try. The paints that I'm using today is actually a 12 tube set that I panned up from two different 6 tube sets of Mameri Blue, which were curated by influencers. So we will be having a video or a review video coming up on those paints soon because I really wanted to go ahead and get at least one other painting with them under my belt. Now you will notice 3 colors down the middle of my palette. Those are actually Winsor & Newton Cotman paints. The two sets of 6 Mameri Blue that were influence curated did not have an ultramarine blue between the two sets, nor did it really have a good earthy brown. You would have to mix them. Now, I had no problem doing it during the first 2 illustrations that I did, but for this particular one, since I did kind of want to go ahead and get through it, I added those 3 colors just to sort of augment the palette. And for brushes, I'm using nylon brushes. You can use whatever you have. Use whatever watercolors you have, whatever paper you have. It'll all work, and this is a pretty straightforward illustration. Now, as I always tell you, you can control the playback speed of the actual video by accessing the gear icon on your video player, and it'll allow you to either speed it up if for some reason you want it to, or slow it down so that you can keep up. And because it's a video, you can always stop and start as many times as you need to in order to get this illustration completed. Now, you'll notice throughout the video, you sort of see me doing what looks to be explaining myself as I paint. And that's because, friends, this, although it is a time lapse here on YouTube, is actually October 2025 real-time tutorial over in the creation station level of the Thrifty Patreon community. Now, there are 2 levels currently, the free level and then, of course, the creation station. Now, the free level does give a few perks in whatever is made public, but the creation station level gets 1 monthly real-time tutorial, a Monday live, every single week, a weekly behind-the-scenes video, traceables that are accessible for a lot of the things that we do both in Patreon and here on YouTube, premium giveaways, and lots more. So go check it out. There's a link in the video description just in case you're interested, and I would love to see you guys consider it and see you over there. Now, at this point, we've kind of moved through this pretty rapidly. I don't necessarily always do a lot of in-depth explaining when it comes to the time lapse that are made from full-time tutorials from Patreon. But basically what I have done is put down 2 very simple mountain shapes. In the very back mountain, I illustrated what I'm seeing from my reference photo in cooler colors to make sure that it recedes. And on the front mountain, I'm using warmer colors to make sure it pushes forward. We're going to throw down some water, and then we'll paint a little bit in the foreground just to push everything back. Speaking of the reference photo, you can find a link for the reference photo that I used in the video description. Now, the reference photo came from Paint My Photo, and I do believe their bylaws won't allow you to necessarily share the actual image, if I'm not mistaken, but it does allow you to share the link that you used. So that is in the video description in case you guys want to check that out and paint from the reference photo itself. Just know that I took artist liberty. I typically use reference photos as inspiration versus painting them directly. So there is going to be a few changes from the reference photo to my actual illustration, but either way, regardless of the one that you use, definitely give this a try. Now, before I wrap this up, I will give you guys a really quick color list of the colors that I used throughout this painting. I used a permanent red, a primary yellow, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, green gold. Those are the colors that I use. And by the way, I love Mameri Blues Green Gold. I'm used to having like a sap green convenience colors in most of my sets. It just seems to make it easier, especially with painting landscapes. But this particular 12 set, which again is made up of two different 6-tube sets, one of those sets had a Prussian blue in it and a green, and one of the sets had a green gold. And I feel like both of those colors lend beautifully to constructing and putting together landscapes. So guys, I really hope you enjoy this. Dive in. As I said earlier, speed it up, slow it down, replay it, but give it a try. It's very easy, beginner friendly, and a great way to start off a day of painting for someone who is a more experienced artist. And jump in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this video, what you thought of this painting, whether you're going to give it a try. And if so, what medium are you going to tackle it in? Because it could be done in watercolor, gouache, inks. You could do this in oil pastels or even soft pastels, color pencils. And if you're an alcohol marker artist, I would love to see you give this landscape a try, an alcohol marker. It could all work. And I'm really curious to know what you plan on using and how you plan on approaching and tackling this. Now, if you are new to this channel or you're returning and you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscription button and that notification bell so that you know when we go live and when we upload. There is a weekly live, there are weekly releases, and weekly to bi-weekly reviews on products as well. So there's always something going on here in the Thrifty Apprentice art community that I'm hoping you will enjoy. Now, you can check the video description for all of the relevant links. And of course, if you saw, heard, picked up on anything you like at all, please don't forget to sprinkle a little love and give the video a thumbs up. Remember that you can share, because sharing is caring, and it may help push this video out in front of other wonderful artistic viewers like yourself who would be interested in hanging out with us and becoming a part of this thriving, beautiful heart group full of people. And I artsy love every single one of you guys. As I said, you can check the video description for all of the relevant links. It's going to give you links to the Defiant Art website, which will be updated very soon. It's going to give you links to Palm Street. If you've never come over to Palm Street, I suggest that you give it a try. You don't have to buy anything. You can just come over and watch and hang out until you decide whether you want to participate or not. There are sales that goes on there that are going to be more economical than any sales that may be on the Defiant Art website. And we also have paint-alongs and giveaways, and it's just so much fun. So definitely give it a try. You're also going to find the link for the social sites, Instagram, Facebook, as well as the link for Paints, Pencils, Pastels, and Markers, which is the Thrifty Apprentice sponsored Facebook group where all artists are welcome regardless of your level, regardless of what medium you use. And of course, there is the link for Patreon, where you can become either a free member or consider joining the Creation Station. Guys, it has been my pleasure hanging out with you today. I really hope you enjoyed what I was able to bring to you, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Remember, as I tell you at the end of every single video, just keep creating, friends.